All right, guys, so we're gonna get into leash reactivity right now. I'm gonna get into equipment, then we're gonna talk about attitude, then we're gonna talk about the doorway method, then we're gonna talk about the stop and turn method, then we are gonna talk about what to do when your dog finally freaks out. All right, here's a collar. This is fundamentally flawed for leash reactivity. Look at how low this sits on my Doberman's neck. Half his body, a third of it sits a third of the way down on his body. Whatever we use has to sit up here, okay? Where does the gentle leader sit? Up here. Where does a slip lead sit? Up here. Even prongs and whatnot, they sit here. So that's the first thing. This is a bad tool and every one of you walked in with, almost all of you, with one of these or a harness. Harness is actually even worse. That thing sits on the back, right here, and it sits halfway down the dog's back. So when you give a correction, if you're gonna do a correction, the whole dog just gets jolted like this, and there's no looking at you or anything like that. This tool right here is, in my opinion, the best tool ever invented for dog training. It is a gentle leader. Many of you know I shouldn't be saying gentle leader anymore because they have not called me and thanked me. But the head harness is the best tool ever invented for dog training. People come out and I sit for leash reactivity and I say, we're gonna solve your leash reactivity 50 to 70% today with a $23 product. You could spend $4,000 on sending your dog to a trainer to deal with leash reactivity, or you could spend $25. Now, I'm not saying it's gonna fix it 100%, but you have to do something. You have to get off these collars and these harnesses. So, how do you condition this thing? You put it on, you treat the heck out of the dog, treat. I instantly just go treat. Then the dog puts its head down and tries to get the gentle leader off. You pull the head up, and then you treat him again. Is it a fight worth having? It's a serious question.
Yes.
It's a fight worth having. Your dog's like, no. I freak out at dogs. That's what I do. And I don't want this thing on me because I can't do whatever I want anymore. Oh, okay. That's great. I love that we're having this fight right now then. Okay? Does that make sense? It's a fight worth having. Will you put this on, Prince, and then double connect it to the collar?
He doesn't love it.
He doesn't like it, yeah. None of them like it. That's the whole point. I love that they don't like it. Your dog doesn't like it because he can't do whatever he wants anymore, and that's the whole point. All right, look at him. He's all depressed. He's like, oh my God. I've never had this thing on. But your dog being a little sad going on a walk is better than your dog full of himself going on a walk, I would say. What about the changing of the stimulus? Change it up. You guys have been walking this lab. It's been freaking out at dogs for a year. Not that dog. He's like the best dog I've ever seen. But you're walking your dog. It's been freaking out at other dogs for a year on the prong. And you come out to me and you go, I love this prong. What you do, usually don't say I love the prong if it's not working. But you guys are like, yeah, we use prong. You got to change it. Dog's been rehearsing bad behavior while feeling this feeling for a year. You got to change it. I don't care what you go to. Change it. Or go to a prong. You know I'm not a big fan of prongs, but the gentle leader's not working. Do something different. So here's your attitude, you guys. We're not going anywhere until I want to go out that door. Or in this store, if this little dog says, I want to go and I want to smell that ball, and this dog has leash reactivity problems, if this dog does, you're standing there like a tree, and they go over there and they hunker down and they pull, and you pull them back and you go, I'm not going anywhere. The attitude on leash reactivity and loose leash walking is they need to look to you for everything that they want to go see. If I stand here with Prince and he wants to go over there, I go, I don't care. Like, if he wants to go over there, I can then go, okay. And then he can go see his thing. But I see people, they come out to my facility and they walk in and they go, hi Joel, and they just let their dog pull them wherever they want. And I have to, it's second nature to you guys, to most of you guys, to let your dog go wherever they want to go. Like this guy's standing with a strong base with this lab, and if that lab tries to go anywhere, even look where his arms are and everything, the dog is going to, oh, there, it tried to go somewhere. And actually he did a good thing, because that's a weird place to try to go, so we just grabbed him. Listen, you're not getting where you want to go. You might as well just chill and relax your little behind, because it's not going to work for you. And we'll do this over and over and over again. Oh, look, then the dog lied right down because he didn't get to that dog. Because that dog goes, oh, I just don't get to places I want to go. Why the heck would I do it on a walk? Does that make sense? Your attitude is very, very, very important. Okay, so here's the doorway method. Release the dog, turn around, walk the other way, go back into your house, go to the door, do a sit. Criteria is the dog does not have to, the dog has to go 1 foot forward and go, where's this guy? And then you start, well, now you got him. You got him. Then they inch. I love when a dog just inches its way out the door and goes, where's this crazy guy? Because that dog's about to flip the heck out on a dog on the block. This is also my most controversial method, probably. People were like, on the comments, like, I can't believe you released the dog and then you turned the other way or you gave them a correction. There is no cue that says go fly anywhere. It doesn't exist. Your leash reactivity problem is an epidemic in society. It's horrible. A lot of people come to me and they go, oh yeah, I've seen your method, and then they do a sit-stay, or they say to me, yeah, my dog sit-stays at the door. I don't care about a sit-stay. I actually care nothing about a sit-stay. I love to go to doors and fling them open, and then the dog goes like, don't even worry about a sit-stay. Fling that door open and let your dog fly out there. They're on a leash. This is all that matters. This is the cue for everything. This is the cue, right here. The weight that they feel on this thing right here is the cue to walk well. There's no verbal cue. We can distract them with treats. It's great. We can use a gentle leader. This is the cue. I have said many times, like the dot, it's the 80-20 rule. I've said it, okay, I haven't said it many times. I've said it a few times in a video. Anyone know the 80-20 rule? Okay, I've not said it enough. Well, this gentleman.
The dog gives most of the corrections. You're 80% correction, you give just a little pop.
This guy's my biggest fan. I love this guy. He knows everything. 80%, the dog's giving himself 80% of the correction. Like, you want to just leave, dog, he's going to get the correct, he's going to give himself the correction. Does that make sense? Okay, hopefully that makes sense. 80-20 rule, good job. Stop and turn method. So now you've done the doorway method, you're cruising out the door, your dog, I do what's called proactive stops. That's a good one, where you stop. If you ever hear people laughing on the videos, it's these two girls who laugh all the time. Okay, you stop, the dog leaves you, you down to the side, and you give them a little correction. They correct themselves, you give it a little bit. Does that make sense? Same with the turn, with these wild, crazy dogs. They leave you, you turn, you bend your legs. This is a hard thing. I have people come out to me multiple times a day, and this is hard for them to learn because it's a hard thing, I guess. They leave, and you're already turning. You give a little correction, tiny, tiny. You go this way, and you're walking this way. And the dog goes, yeah, but there's a dog over there. And you go, yeah, but I don't care. Like, we're walking this way. And you walk this way. When the dog finally goes, oh, what's up, guy? Then you go, oh, okay. And you turn yourself back towards that dog. That's the stop and turn method. Baby, come here. Oh my gosh. You are like the sweetest dog. Whenever your dog, you want to create a loose leash all the time, okay? He's the best, and he's tiny. But if he goes anywhere, I'm just going to, this is loose leash walking. This is leash reactivity, by the way. Okay, go somewhere, dude. You gotta like pull, okay? Then we bring him back, and you create a loose leash. And then create a loose leash. You could ask a sit, but every time he goes somewhere, I just want you to pull him back and then create a loose leash. Good boy. You want your dog's natural state of being to be a loose leash. Does that make sense? Every time they pull somewhere, you just want to pull them back and create that loose leash. And then when you're on a walk, the dog is used to being on a loose leash, not, oh. Does that make sense? I just think that's kind of an important thing. If you guys were here with your dogs and they were wanting to go say hi to everything, you're like, no, I don't care. Loose leash, treat, good boys, whatever you want. Last thing is what to do when your dog freaks out. Okay? There is a video that I did a while ago. I'm going to show you guys the body. I actually want everyone to do this. So sometimes it just feels right to stop. And I want you guys to kind of bend down, and I stop, and the dog's on my left, bend down a little bit, and just get your arms out down to the side, And if your dog freaks out, some of you can't stop it. Your dog's gonna freak out. You got to get in position, and they have to hit a wall. So then they lunge, they got to hit a wall. And if you're trying to lure with the treats or you're trying to yell at them, they're gonna pull you, and then they get 3 feet closer to the dog and they get reinforced. So there's just a time and a place. You're walking, you've done the whole deal. You went to Joel's seminar, you've watched the videos, you're doing the deal, but your dog's still gonna freak out. They have to hit a wall, and you got to be braced and ready for it. So you're down on the side, dog's walking like that, your dog freaks out. You're not going to do a stop and turn, but they're just going to hit. They got to hit the end of the leash, and it's got to be over at that point. The last thing too about that is there is a time and a place to just trudge along, as I call it. Your dog loses it, you put the leash to your side, you keep it short, and you just go like this as your dog is freaking the heck out. Okay? Because you don't want to make it worse. And going like, no, come here, Bosco, and doing this and and they're freaking out. They're getting closer to the dog. Every time they get closer, they get reinforced. So the correction the dog gets from hitting the end of the leash, you want it to be more than the reinforcement they get for the chase. That's leash reactivity talk. Thank you guys. We're going to have another one, not leash reactivity, but a different subject next month at another Kahoots. And I really hope you guys come. So thank you guys.
Thank you.
Hey, it's good to meet you. Yeah, I didn't meet you on